All right, so we are at 175 Park Avenue, also known as Project Commodore, and it's going to be occupying that space right there at 175 Park Avenue. It is nestled between One Vanderbilt, which is this one right here, that just finished about a year ago, and the Chrysler Building. Grand Central will adjacent it. So this entire complex is going to look a lot different once 175 Park Ave gets constructed. We have the MetLife Building, formerly the Pan Am, right here, and now we have One Vanderbilt, and then of course we also have the new Chase Bank headquarters sitting at 270 Park Avenue. The light's blinding. There we go. Now you get a clear vision. So it's interesting how these three skyscrapers are going to be nestled here. It's sort of this new era of construction building. I know we had Billionaires Row, which got a lot of criticism, mainly high-end residential penthouses that were not really occupied, but sort of as hedges against inflation, however you want to call it, that mostly stayed empty. But these are office buildings, and so you have workers, middle class for the most part, coming in and working here. And so these are high-end offices, Class A, if you want to call them, that are still in high demand in New York City. So we are adding one more to the skyscrapers, and these are big buildings. I mean, these are not, again, Billionaires Row. My kind of critique with them is that they were kind of lackluster in terms of sort of just the enormity of them. But these are large skyscrapers. So part of the deal with One Vanderbilt was they had to make this a public area. So they had to construct this area to the left of Grand Central facing north. And I assume the same thing will be true for 175 Park Ave. So here's the right side of Grand Central facing north. And there's an interesting highway, essentially Park Ave, that splits here between a northbound and southbound. The northbound takes a right and flanks essentially Grand Central. And there's also a docking / second lobby area of the Hyatt Regency, or the Grand Regency Hotel here. They call it the Hyatt Grand Central location. And it'll be interesting to see how that area won't necessarily get a public square. From the pictures, it almost looks like it'll happen over here to the right of it. So this part is going to get, of course the entire building is going to get demolished, but just this area here will be open to the public, and you'll still have the highway to the left. I'll post some pictures of the renderings. I have to give them another look, but I don't think that if they will keep this area open, access to the public, there might not be a public docking area from this highway. And frankly, I think they, if they really wanted to, they could get rid of this highway section here and sort of make it like the High Line, allowing people to walk up and for there to be seatings and some greenery up there. But right now it's just the road. I'm not sure how much it's used, but it would be nice if they made it a public access walkway like the High Line that wrapped around Grand Central. So believe it or not, this hotel used to be the old Commodore Hotel before Donald Trump and a group of investors decided to remodel it, and it kind of kept the same outline of the building. I'll put a picture of it, but essentially it was, your traditional classical brick hotel in that Beau's architectural style. And they decided to just, I guess they renovated the building and then they just outlined it with this glass facade, which kind of gives it that minimalist design, but it's definitely aged. It's a definitely aged building, and I'm kind of glad they're upgrading this because it seems out of place. You know, you have the Chrysler building, Art Deco. You have Grand Central, again, more that Beaux-Art, but in a more grand scale. You have One Vanderbilt, which is, again, this modern style architecture. And then you have the Pan Am, more that 70s classic architecture, but it's a little bit more acceptable. And then you have this, which is just this glass facade, no character, no style, very minimal. And it's very, it was notorious for getting dirty. I remember back in the day, this entire top facade was covered in dust. And so, so the renderings look really nice. If they keep the height, yes, it'll cover the Chrysler, but I think New York has to look forward and build bigger and better things. So nothing yet. I mean, this tenant here left, so it looks like they are getting ready to go ahead and go with the project. Again, nothing's been officially approved yet. Everything's still in the planning phase, but I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's just a matter of when this thing gets demolished. And certainly when this thing gets removed, it's going to be interesting to see how this area looks. I think for the first time, this right side of Grand Central will get some light in. So I think that may be interesting to see. So I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching.